Wetin be Javascript? Javascript na a type of programming language wey dey very popular among web developers because of its structure and powerful web-based technologies. Na Javascript plenty people dey use to give logic, interactivity and instructions to websites. Even though say Javascript dey very popular among web developers wey dem dey use dey do web development, e no mean say Javascript cannot be used for other things also. A good example of wetin you fit use Javascript do na to build calculators. And in fact, this one na even very popular project wey many people don use Javascript do. At the end of this series, e go dey possible for you to do amazing things, and I strongly recommend and encourage you to build your own calculator. And yeah, you no need to be exceptional for inside maths before you build your own calculator. You just need to combine the knowledge of HTML, CSS, and wetin you go learn for inside this Javascript tutorial together. It is important to highlight say this tutorial dey designed for beginners in mind, because I dey always strive to make beginners have high level understanding of the fundamentals of programming. So if you be mid-level developer or senior level developer and you dey see me dey use some long methods for inside this tutorial, this is purposeful so that people go have a high understanding of all of these concepts. So having said this, let's get started. So to get started with Javascript now, we need to download text editor. So I don explain wetin text editor mean for inside my previous tutorial. So text editor na just an environment, na just like paper wey be say we need to write our code. We need to write our Javascript code inside. I don also include the link of the tutorial where I take explain wetin text editor be. So we go just go straight to download our text editor. And the text editor wey we go dey use for inside this tutorial na Sublime Text. So if you come to your browser like this, you go just talk say download Sublime Text, wey be www.sublimetext.com. So you go just click on this first link like this, and e go bring you to this interface say which one be your own operating system. But na Windows me I dey use, so I go just click Windows here, and e go just tell me say make I save am to any folder wey I go like save this Sublime Text package inside. So I go just talk say make e dey inside my download folder. So I go just come here like this, talk say save. So after you don download Sublime Text, this one na the documentation of how to install Sublime Text wey you dey see here, documentation index. You fit click the documentation index to take read how to install the Sublime Text, or you fit trust the information wey I dey give you for inside this tutorial. So as the file don save here like this, wey you dey see am so, I go just open am here like this. So after I don open am like this, we will just begin the installation of our Sublime Text. So now e dey ask me whether I wan install this software. I go just talk say yes, I wan install am. So now e dey ask me where you wan make e install this Sublime Text put for inside my computer. I go just click say next, make e dey exactly where im sef suggest for me. So if you go like change the place where you wan make your Sublime Text dey installed for your own computer, you go just click browse here. You go just select any folder wey you want, and your Sublime Text go just dey inside. But me I no go do that one. I go just leave the part wey Sublime Text itself suggest for me. So I go just click next like this. So now this one dey tell me say I don already get Sublime Text for my computer. Yes, that one na true. But I go just click yes now because say e dey ask me whether I go like install the folder anyway. Yes, I go like install am. I go just talk say yes. You fit no get something like that because say you never install Sublime Text before. But that one no mean anything at all. Nothing go break at all. So I go just like check this button wey dey here like this. Then I go click next. I go click install. So this one no suppose dey too long at all. Shey you see say e don quickly finish. So Sublime Text na easy to use software wey we go use to dey do our Javascript tutorial. So I go just click finish like this. Now if you wan know whether Sublime Text don dey installed for your computer, you go just come inside search like this, talk say Sublime Text. Shey you see, I go just click enter like that. Shey you see. So wetin I go just do now be say I go just come into file here, choose new file. Shey you see am. So as I don choose new file like this one mean say na here we wan take write our code be that. So as e be say for inside this tutorial, I don tell you wetin Javascript mean, wetin you fit use Javascript for, and how to get started with Javascript. Na so e go be for inside this tutorial. I go see you for the next tutorial where we will come begin to dey do our Javascript proper.